Because when you examine it, if we all the same, then why we all don't got big houses?
Yeah.
Why we all don't got six-figure jobs? Why we all don't have the same health issues? But watch this. This is the point that I wanted. Hold on real quick. This is the point that I wanted. At one point, it was only Latinos, Negroes, and white people here. Then you got the Chinese here. You got the East Indian man here. They Biden just released the Arabs here, right? And guess what? When you hold on, sisters, hold on. When you examine it, right? Who's still at the bottom of society? Is it the Arab man? Is it the Arab man? No, it ain't. Guess what? Every liquor store, they own them. At one point, international, it was a black and Latino community.
Right.
Now, you got Arabs and Oriental people serving us the necessities in life. Now, you might ask yourself, why are you focusing on that? Because that's the fury of the Lord. Verse 43, read that.
I'm not saying we're the same.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 43.
Listen, sis, listen, read.
The stranger that is within thee.
So God said, the strangers, the people that's not of your nation, right? The Oriental man, the Chinese man, the Asian man, the white man, right? Read.
Shall get up above thee very high.
Says he would surpass you.
Right.
He would be the lead when it comes to economics. He would be the lead when it comes to military base. He would lead our society. Read.
And thou shalt come down very low.
And it says the blacks and Hispanics, we would come down very low.
Bring it out.
Look around us. It don't get no lower than this.
Bring it out.
When you think of tent city, you think about us. When you think about poverty, you think about us. You got a question?
If we were all the same, nothing would be fun in the world.
You're doing a good job with him. If we all the same, nothing would be fun, right?
Order.
Guess what? Guess what? Watch
Order.
this. You said what? So watch this, sis. We not all the same. Watch this. I'm going to show y'all something. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. We not
Bring
the
it
same.
out.
Watch this. I'm going to show y'all something about y'all. Y'all are the Israelites. The
That's
scholars
right.
know it. The Bible knows it. We just got to teach y'all, right? Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Read this. Come on.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6.
Bring it out.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
So who is he talking about? Who did God ever say was holy? You know? You said himself, right? But he's saying that a people is holy. Who did he say that people was? You said what? So who are we? Did he say African Americans are holy? Did he say Mexicans are holy? Watch this. You there? Come on.
Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
Who?
All Israel.
So God is talking to the Israelites.
That's right.
The children of God. God is talking to the people that he made a covenant with, right? Watch this. Read that again. Come on, 7, 7 to 6. Come on.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
God said that the Israelites, who is blacks, Hispanics today, we are that holy people. We're
Right,
that set-apart nation. We his chosen. We his favorite. Read.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
God said we so holy, we special unto himself. Now, when you examine this, right? Everybody can't go through this. Many nights of sorrow, many nights of tears, many nights of affliction. Everybody can't go through this. So God said we was a special people, meaning that the way that he built us was different. Guess what? I'm gonna show you why we so special. Right?
Closer, closer, closer.
What costs more than gold? What costs more than gold?
Life.
You said life? I like you sharp with him. You said nothing, right? Guess what? Says our melanin costs more than gold. The melanin, yes, when you look it up. Do yours, what's your name?
What if it's the same thing?
What do you mean, what is it the same thing?
Melanin is
Our melanin, that's what we trying to show you. We different than all the other nations. Your melanin is gold.
That's
but
right.
it's more than just your melanin. It's the seed that's within you. So watch this. Read it again.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people.
So God, hold on, sis. Take this real quick, because this is more important than what y'all about to do. God said we're a special people above all people. That's showing you there's no equality in the Bible. Read.
Unto himself, above all people.
Read it again. They didn't catch it. Read it again.
Above all people.
They didn't catch it. Read it again.
Above all people.
So based upon the Bible, is God about equality, or do we have somebody that's above all people? So ain't no equality in the Bible.
Right.
You're above all people.
Right.
But the question is, why y'all at the bottom? Why are we at the bottom? If God said we above all people, why are we at the bottom? That's where you want to get your answers at. Because once you got that, now you know how to move. But if you don't have that, guess what? We're going to stay at the bottom of society. So why do you think we at the bottom if we above all people?
We have to talk somewhere else. I appreciate
That don't make no sense, sis. What you mean like we at the top somewhere else? And that's why we stay right there. What about you, Primo? Why you think we at the bottom if he said we at the top?
Maybe we're not doing things right.
That's exactly what it is.
Things
Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. We're not doing what we're supposed to do, therefore we living like the squalor of the earth. We the gods of the earth, but we want to live like servants. Get this real quick.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Meaning if we didn't want to listen, God set up ways for us to live. He said if y'all don't want to listen, read.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
God said we would be cursed as a people if we didn't do what he said. Watch this, verse 49. Watch what happened.
Verse 49, the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
So what are we reading? We're reading the process of how we got brought down as a people. First it started as we didn't want to keep the commandments. We thought it was a game. Now here comes judgment. Read that again, verse 49.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
You know, what's your son's name?
Sebastian.
Sebastian. You heard of Christopher Columbus? Never heard of him?
Sacrifice was given to the 12.
It's time for y'all to pull your head out your ass and wake up.
Okay, you heard of Christopher Columbus, right? Was he a good man or was he evil as hell?
Bad. He was a bad man.
He was a bad man. Guess
Yeah.
what? We're reading the
He
origins.
came and took advantage of people and
You say he came and took advantage of people, and what else?
like took their gold and did a lot of bad things.
So let's see if the curses in the Bible line up with what he did. Read it again.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
Because they came from the eastern hemisphere all the way to the western hemisphere. They came from far on a voyage and on a journey to rape, rob, and conquer. Read.
From the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth.
And it says their symbol would be the eagle. Their symbol would be the eagle, right? What symbol did Spain have? Had the eagle. So it's not a coincidence that history lines up with Bible prophecy. God said that they would be as swift as the eagle. Read.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
Hold on, wait a minute. Did you catch that? Read it again.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
So he said, this particular people that I'm going to send against you, you're not going to understand their language. How you think y'all learned Spanish? And how did they give you Spanish? Did they sit you down and you was studying Bible one-on-one?
No, school.
Through school?
Cultures.
Right, right. So it was through school. It started with rape, rob, and pillaging. That's what they did. Once they destroyed the chiefs, guess what? They taught the rest of the people. And if you didn't want to learn it, you'll get beat, raped, robbed, and pillaged. Read on.
A nation of fierce countenance.
And because when they came, all they wanted was blood. Right. Fierce countenance mean that their intent was to kill. They even got movies built off of it. Conquer the Paradise, and they also got natural born killers. Right. When they came out here, they was natural born killers. Right. Face full of fury. Read.
We shall not regard the person of the old.
Meaning they didn't care about our elders, they didn't care about our chiefs, they didn't care about our leaders of our villages. Read.
Nor show favor to the young.
Nor did they care about the young. All of us was in those mines or in those fields pillaging the resources of the land so they can live lavishly. What we got to do now, you know you Israel, your son Israel, what we got to do now is this. This is the important part. Read.
Acts chapter 3, verse 19. Repent ye therefore, and be converted.
Now you be like, okay, well I heard that, right? Catholic Church teach that every week. Do they? What does it mean to repent?
You just stop doing all the bad things you're doing, kind of thing, in a way.
But in order for you to know what's bad, like for instance, right? If you invite me over for dinner, and I pass gas at the table, is that bad?
No.
That's not rude?
It could be, but I mean, it's just something natural from the body gives, you know?
9 times out of 10, that's rude. You invite somebody over as a guest and they pass gas and they don't apologize. That's normally rude, right? You know, we got to have more class about ourselves, right? But that's not sin. Now, if you invite me over and I got a blunt in my pocket and I smell like weed, is that evil?
Yeah.
Why you say that?
Because
You said what? You see how we gotta identify what's sin and what's not? Because in your mind, you was like, well, damn, he just smoked.
That's the natural thing too, though. I mean, I'm sure it was probably here. I don't know, but
So is poison ivy.
yeah, exactly.
So is poison oak. And it is natural. It comes from the earth, but it wasn't for us to use. It wasn't for us to use. So what I'm saying is, we can't leave anything vague. We got to understand what sin is. Give me that 1 John chapter 3, verse 4. Because once we leave it vague for our own interpretation, that's just going to keep us at the bottom of society. Watch this. Read this.
1 John chapter 3, verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law.
So that's what sin is. It's when God got laws set up, and when we go against them, we in the midst of sin. Now, there's no law saying that I can't pass gas or fetch my wind or fart. There's no law saying that. But there is a law saying that we're supposed to be sober. You heard that before?
Sober, yes.
1 Peter chapter 1, verse 13. There is a law, and then give me 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 16. How y'all doing, family? Come on up real quick. Y'all understand what that flyer going into? All right, read this real quick. 1 in verse 13. So there is law. That's why we got to identify what the laws is so we can make sure that we're actually really repenting. Read.
1 Peter chapter 1, verse 13. Wherefore, gird up the loins of your mind.
So God said we're supposed to strengthen our minds. How we strengthen our minds? Seek the Bible. Seek the laws of God. Apply the laws of God. It's going to make us strong in this dark place. Read.
Be sober.
Be what?
Be sober.
We supposed to be sober. I'm a Shabazz, right? Shabazz? Sebastian, right? How old are you?
9.
You're 9, right? You met some 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds that smoke weed, right?
No.
But you heard about it, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of kids. You know why they smoking at a young age? It's because we don't know what's good and what's evil anymore. So, if you smoking, are you sober?
No.
You're not. So if you're not sober, that means that we're in the midst of sin. That's why if I came to your house and I had a weed and a blunt on me,
What are y'all talking about?
I got you, sis. But if
I
I
don't
came
do
to
no
your
hard
house
drugs
and
or
I
none
had
of that.
weed and stuff, I would be in the midst of sin. I would be in the midst of evil, and that's what we gotta repent from. I got a question for you, right? You think God care about the things that we put in our body? You think God created everything for us to eat?
I think he did.
You think so? So watch this,
Well,
watch
maybe
this.
not everything, but some things, or maybe not. I don't know.
And don't worry about it. Don't worry. When we ask questions, it's for us to see where you at and give you.
Fuck y'all.
It's for us to see where you
It
at.
ain't being no goddamn Mexican slave, bro. It's always been Negroes, and check yourself.
You see why we
Fuck
got a big
that.
job to do?
Fuck
Because
You
you got
ain't
some
got-
of our people
hey.
that don't think that y'all are
First of
people,
all,
but y'all are. Watch this.
This,
Hold on.
this ain't your job, inmates.
Family.
You fucking inmates.
You see why it's important for you to learn your
Fuck
history?
you.
Because
It
you
ain't
know what
your
she's
job,
saying?
inmates.
She's saying that you ain't the children of God. That's
Bingo.
what she's saying. So that's why it's important for you to take what we taking serious and go teach our people. Because we know that the Latinos are the children of God. That's why we teaching you. So it ain't no joke. The odds is against you, even amongst our people. You got to come back to who you are, family. Because you got people that saying you ain't the Israelites. But we know it. Didn't slavery happen to you?
Yeah.
Slavery happened to us. That's how we know we're the Israelites.
We still in it too. In
Watch
some
this.
ways.
You want the spirit? Give me that real quick. Jeremiah, read that real quick.
Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 33.
So listen good. Listen good. Watch that. That's foolishness. That should have made you mad. Read.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel.
So the children of Israel. That's talking about the Latinos and Hispanics and Native Americans. Y'all the children of Israel. Read.
And the children of Judah
And that's talking about the so-called blacks, right? Read.
were oppressed together.
Just like how blacks was catching hell, y'all was catching hells too. Same thing. That's how we know that y'all are brothers.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.